Army generals.
Shout out to Hate Army.
Your name is Hate Army? Saying Hate Army shit.
Hate Army shout out.
Good vibes to the Hate Army.
Shout out for hate.
It's been a wild ride trying to get back into competitive Street Fighter. It really has, okay? And I want to say thank you to those who've been enjoying the content for 1 week now. The game's been out, and I've played a ton of it. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. I really am. Now, I'm not great at the game, but I'm also not horrible, which is good. It's good that I'm getting wins and stuff. I want to say thanks to those who are supporting the streams and thanks to those who are helping me, because there's been a distinct amount of people coming and trying to give me tips on how to play with certain characters and the like, and I'm really enjoying that. It's helping a ton. It really is. So thank you to those who are helping out. Now, what I like to do is talk about the different characters that I've used and how I've done with them, okay? So the first character I even picked in the game was Blanka. When I started, all right, that first session, I didn't know really what I was doing, and I did my placement matches, and they put me into the gold ranking. That first session, I got 34 wins and 18 losses. We're talking now overall matches. We're not talking rounds. We're talking overall matches, okay? So I actually won about twice as much as I lost. Keep in mind, that was my very first session, so I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just trying to learn, but so was everyone else. It's not like I was dominating. It was everyone was kind of flubbing about, and I was using a lot of normal fundamentals to get wins. My second session that I played with him, I was still in gold ranking, but I got up to 5 stars, and I had 14 wins and 10 losses. So a little more even as the competition was getting better. My third session with him, all right, which was the most recent one yesterday, right? I hit platinum rank finally with Blanka, okay? And I got 15 wins and 12 losses. So every time I've played with Blanka, I've won more than I've lost, but it's kind of close, all right? What do I think about Blanka in Street Fighter 6? I like him. He's definitely a variety character, but unlike a lot of other characters who have a lot of really high priority normals and things that can lead to high combo ability, I'm not really seeing that with Blanka. It looks like the best combos you can really do with Blanka are canceling his electricity into his level 2 super and then juggling with the Blanka ball back and forth, which I haven't even figured out how to do yet. I would have to go into training mode and practice that a little bit. I can get to that point, and then I don't know the timing to get the Blanka ball to combo and do the combo, so I always drop it. What he does excel at is tricking people, right? Doing different speeds of Blanka ball to land in front of the opponent, and now you have setups where you can throw, or you can do a combo, or you can hop to the other side and throw, or mix up with a hit. And I definitely like the character's design, but there's a couple of things that are a little weird to me. Like, for example, he has a little Blanka-chan. I really haven't figured out how to implement it. I'm trying, but half the time I try to use it, it seems like the enemies just go right through it. Like, I was playing a Manon, and I used Blanka-chan, and I walked forward. And I'm thinking, this is safe, because the Blanka-chan's right in front of me. If they try to hit me, it's going to hit them. Oh, no. Manon just went right through it, started attacking, and went right through it and grabbed me and slammed me. I was like, wait, what? The whole point of me using it is like a barrier. So why use it if it's not going to work, if they could pass right through it? And she did. She literally passed right through it. So it seems like it's not necessarily foolproof. You know what I'm saying? It seems like we're in a situation where maybe there are setups that it's good, you can trick the opponent, but you'd have to really practice to figure out what's safe and what's not, and what works and what's not. Some other things about the character, I'll definitely say, like, how can I say? I feel like the mix-ups are good, but they're kind of gimmicky. And once you're someone who's fought Blanka a while, you're going to figure out the ways to get around it. Like, a lot of his setups are tricking someone to get thrown, right? And there's multiple ways. He has a command throw, and he has regular throws. But I think, like, once you play more with Blanka and more people learn Blanka, I don't think he's going to be as good. I think right now he's good because the game just started and people are just learning. But he does seem that kind of gimmick-style character that, yes, once you get into it, you can absolutely start doing well. But if people know everything about it, then he's going to get outplayed all the time. Maybe I'm wrong, but especially, you know what's really going to be the key? Parrying. Because I think what's going to happen is people are going to start parrying all of his Blanka ball attempts. And once you start parrying every Blanka ball, now he's going to be open all the time. So I think that's going to be the key. Like, you're going to see at high levels, people are going to take these slower characters and start parrying everything they're doing, and they're not going to be as effective. All right? But overall, more wins than losses. Overall, my win-loss record with Blanka currently, 63 wins, 40 losses, and I'm at platinum 1-star rank, 61% win ratio. That's good. That's good stuff. The second character I ever played with was JP. Now, I only used him once, and they put me into silver. By the time I was done with that session, I was in platinum. So I won so much. I won 32 wins and 13 losses, a 71% win ratio for JP. And he's actually, if you can believe it, that's my winningest character. And I never went back and played with him again. You might say, well, why? It's not that I don't like him. And the thing is, I probably will go back and play with him again eventually. But I don't know. Like, a character that's based solely on trying to keep you away as much as possible. And yes, he has mix-ups. The shadow things that come out could be overheads or standard hits or anti-airs or grabs. And it's kind of nice that have that variety. And he does have some high combo ability as well. I don't know. There was something about him he didn't really like click with me for some reason. I think I will play with him more though and give him more of a chance later on. But for now, I kind of put him on the shelf after that one session. I did really well with him, but I never really went back. Okay? Then the next character I tried was E Honda. Okay? E Honda, I played so well in my placement matches. I think I won them all. That I got into diamond rank. Diamond rank. All right? And this definitely was a curse. Because once I got into diamond rank, I basically could barely win. Right? So, what ended up happening was I was learning, and I'm in diamond, and everyone's whooping my ass. And I'm like, well, I'm going to do my best to hang. And I did. But I lost more than I won. I had 29 wins and 31 losses. So, only a 48% win ratio. Okay? So, actually my first losing ratio. But for the fact that it was my first time playing, and I was in diamond with people who were actually doing insane combos and stuff, it was pretty crazy that I did as well as I did. But I kind of feel like getting those early wins in placement kind of screwed me over. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we'll see if I go back. I want to play him again. I've seen other people now doing these hit strings with him, where essentially what it looks like is his standing medium punch is a super safe move, and after that you can immediately cancel into the meter burn push, like he has the walk, the sumo walk, and it seems safe. So you can just do this, and it takes big chunks off of drive meter, and it looks like people can do these lockdowns and locking into like frame traps that are kind of interesting. And I would like to try that because now I've seen more people do it. I wasn't doing it because I didn't know you could do that when I first used him. So I think eventually I will go back to Honda and try him again. Okay, but as for now, that's it. I'm still in diamond rank, but I have more losses than wins with Honda. Okay. By the way, Show Ryugen says his main is Marisa. I think you'll like her if you like high damage combos and plus frames. We'll see. Dude, whatever that punch combo is she has for mid-range, I don't know if it's medium punches or whatever, it seems to stuff everything. Like, every character I'm facing against her or using against her, every move I try to do for mid-range, she's just like punch, 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 oh, into a big combo. Like, it beats everything. So whatever that is, I got to utilize that when I use it. Anyway, the next character that I used was Lily. Now, Lily at first threw me for a loop. And the reason Lily threw me for a loop is because I thought she played like T-Hawk or Thunderhawk. She does not play like T-Hawk or Thunderhawk at all. She's very different. Even though she's supposed to be trained by him and the same tribe as him, her move properties are dramatically different. At first, I didn't get the character, and admittedly, I was frustrated. But once I played more with her, it clicked, and I was like, dude, I kind of want to play more with her now. So my first session with her, I was gold ranking, only gold 1 star. I broke even. I actually got 21 wins and 21 losses, okay? But then I wanted to play more with her after having faced off against other Lilies and seeing some strategies they had. So I was in gold, and I got 18 wins and 7 losses. So a 72% win ratio that second time that I played with her. And that propelled me from gold to platinum. And then when I played with her yesterday for another hour, I got 14 wins and 8 losses, 64% win ratio, and that kept me at platinum rank. So overall, 53 wins, 36 losses with Lily, 60% win ratio. So the characters that I'm kind of going back to and playing more with, I seem to be doing better with overall because I'm learning them better and getting better matchup knowledge, you see? Lily I like. She's got some interesting tools. She's got good normals from mid-range. She's got a decent combo with low jab hit confirm into the meter burn version of, well, I say meter burn, but it's OD version of her Condor Rush move. Does good damage. She's got big setups into 360, and you can do regular 360 grab or EX grab, which does tons of counter hit damage. The only problem I have with her, she doesn't have great combos at all. She has just okay kind of mid combos, but nothing amazing that does insane damage. And also, she doesn't really have a great reversal. Her reversal is level 2 super, which isn't good. It would be great if she had a better reversal. But she doesn't, which sucks. So I do like the character a lot, and I'm going to use her more. I'm actually getting better with her the more I play. I'm learning more setups. What I'm doing now is learning, like, when you do the Condor Rush, right, and you land next to them, you have all these options. You could do 360 throw. You could do low jab, hit confirm into a combo. You could bait a jump because they think you're going to throw, and if they jump, then you can do anti-air Rising Condor, which I think they called Tomahawk Buster in this. I don't know why. I thought it was Rising Condor. I guess they changed the name of it. But, but anyway, she seems pretty good. Now that I'm playing more with her, I don't know if she'll be better than mid-tier, but I like the character design. So I'm going to continue to use her, okay? The next character that I used was DJ. By far, this was the biggest fail. DJ plays absolutely positively nothing at all like he ever did in a previous game. Certainly not Super Turbo, and not even Street Fighter 4. He's a completely new character in this game. And he's incredibly execution heavy, which I didn't have that first session that I used him, and I got massively outplayed. He is the worst I did with any character. Just listen to this. Only 19 wins, 31 losses. I started in Platinum, ended in Platinum. 38% win-loss ratio. Terrible. Absolutely, positively terrible gameplay. I didn't do good at all. I was dropping moves and combos. Everything was an epic fail. So would I ever go back to DJ? Maybe. But honestly, I didn't really like how he played in this. I think I like other characters a lot better. It's sad because he used to be one of my mains in Super Turbo, but they changed him so much that it's like starting from scratch, and I don't really like what I saw. Okay? Just being honest, like some of my basic tools that I use with him. Low heavy punch, which used to be this big counter hit elbow. It would feel so good when you landed a counter hit. Stuff in the enemy. They took it out. It's not in it. Okay. And then last but certainly not least, Dalsim, who I would say out of all the characters I've played with, Dalsim is the toughest to use. He is very, very execution intensive. You need to know tricks to win with this guy, and you need to have great mix-ups and execution. You know what I'm saying? He's fun, but at the same time, he has weaknesses. His weakness is if anyone keeps rushing him down, he has a hard time getting you off of him. He does. He has no true reversal besides level 3 super. So having no true reversal, he can't really get people away from him very effectively. You got to wait for a mistake, or you got to try to counter, like parry or counter, what is that, drive counter? You got to try to get him off you in that way, and it's very tough. Once you get them mid to long range, though, now you're essentially creating your game. You start throwing out the bouncing fireballs. You start floating around and doing the fierce punch. That's really high priority in this game. Or you start teleporting behind. You're doing mix-up combos. Level 2 super is really good and does high damage with mix-ups. So basically, I like the character a lot. But this character is someone I'm going to get more and more adjusted to the more I play with him. As I start to feel more comfortable with matchups and I start to feel better with mix-up attempts and things. I like him a lot. I think, honestly, if you want to know the truth, out of all the characters, I think I like Dalsim the most so far, which is weird because that's really not my style, but I think it maybe will be my style in Street Fighter 6. I don't know. But Dalsim so far is my favorite character out of all the ones I've played. So let's talk about performance. The first time I played him, I was in gold. Only gold 1 star. 26 wins, 30 losses. I lost more than I won. But you want to talk about a turnaround. I started learning strategies and mix-ups, and listen to this. The second session, I went from gold to platinum, 19 wins, only 6 losses. I was kicking ass that second session. Now, yesterday I played with him again, and I got 18 wins and 17 losses. So I pretty much broke even. I did remain in platinum. Overall, 63 wins, 53 losses, 54% win-loss ratio. So if you actually look at all the win-loss ratios, the best by far is JP. Then the second best is Blanco by 1%. Then it's Lily, and then it's Dalsim. Honda and DJ were epic fails so far. Okay? So my favorite character is Dalsim, but I really like Lily as well. Blanca is fun, but I do feel like he's going to be more limited, but I will continue to use him. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the Geefster today, right? Geef, very unique in this game. He's very different from how he's been in other games. Looks like he's very much heavily focused on getting a one-hit or counter-hit into throw setup. His throws are incredibly damaging in this game, too. Like, really damaging. So I guess we're going to see how it goes today. Okay. So, guys, that's Street Fighter 6 in a nutshell so far. Now what I'd like to do is do some shout-outs for you guys, and then we'll do some Q&A. Some tips that have come in. So we had an overnight tip that came in from Gametrekker. $29.99 tip, but I'll count it as a 30. However, he wants the $29.99 animation because he wants to see the Street Fighter animation. There we go. Thank you, Gametrekker. Let's get him up on the leaderboard and see what he has to say this morning. By the way, it's already over 80 degrees in my office, so I guess it's air conditioner time. I was trying to avoid it because it's actually cool outside today, but this office gets really stuffy, and especially when I'm playing Street Fighter, I need air conditioning. Okay. So Gametrekker says the following. Russian wrestling is always #1. Been looking forward to this. I actually don't know a ton about Geef yet in Street Fighter 6, but I can say one thing. He seems to be put quite a ways away from his opponent after landing any spinning pile driver. If he wants to quickly continue his offense after that, the solution generally seems to be immediately drive rush to run back in. So how do you do drive rush? Parry input, but tap forward twice, and you go from parry into the green dashing animation. He says, remember, any normal use during a drive rush, i.e. when you're still glowing green, will get extra frame advantage, allowing for links not possible otherwise. On a different subject, have you mentioned the Google Doc I emailed you? That's where I'm reading the statistics from. He says, counting your match wins and losses is actually fairly quick to do, and in my opinion, more telling than counting individual rounds or full sets, especially because some opponents quit before a full set can be completed. It's my hope that you will be able to get good use out of this doc moving forward. Yes, and if you continue to maintain it, absolutely. This will be a very important document, I feel. One other thing I would like to see is overall wins and losses, because right now, we got 63, 50, 60, so that's like 170. That's 200. Right now, I'm around 250 total wins, I believe. It's kind of like the climb to 1,000, right? I feel like the climb to 1,000 wins is something cool to aspire to. And to see, you know, where will I get my 1,000th win, right? Who will it be against? What character will I be using? It's kind of epic and kind of exciting to build towards that. So right now, we're about a quarter of the way there. I wonder how long it'll take to get to 1,000 wins, right? Pretty cool. So thank you, Gametrekker, very, very much for the tip. I appreciate that. I received another $6 tip, and indeed, this one is from Gametrekker again. Thank you, Gametrekker. I wonder if Gametrekker will be by today to watch me play some later. He was able to stop by the first stream yesterday for a little bit. So he says the following. Okay, let's talk about Dalsim. The Google Doc I made lists your ranking, wins, and losses. I don't need to repeat them here. It's interesting. Based on the high-level play I've seen with him, he's not really a zoner in this one when optimized. He still has potent zoning tools, of course, but a player that he's been watching called Mr. Crimson, don't know who that is, but great, seems to be playing him as more of a pressure and mix-up character, oftentimes straight up walking towards his opponents to keep them blocking limbs and fireballs till he can get a knockdown. At that point, he'll launch an arching fireball to teleport around for mix-ups and combo of confirms. I've seen you excel with characters that can surprise opponents and keep them guessing. Makes sense you've been using so much of the trickery style play with Dalsim yourself. He really suffers when he gets knocked down and cornered, which is what I was just saying. He has no true reversal besides level 3 super. So having no true reversal really makes it that he gets kind of locked down if he gets grounded. But outside of that, he can really stay on his game and, you know, get everyone mixed up, which is great. So thank you very much, Gametrekker. Ronaldo. It's low tier God. He's here. Low tier God is here. Tipping me helps me more than anything.